as the economy gets tougher and tougher and tougher to live in. It seems like everything is expensive. Inflation's going up, debt can't come down, so therefore it puts a strain on the lower and middle class. 50% of Americans does not even have $1,000 to $2,000 to handle any kind of quick emergency. We're over $1 trillion in credit card debt as a nation. So it shows we are in binds. So the question is, how can we save money? How can we pay off our debts? How can we buy the things that we need to buy to take care of our family? It comes down to maybe having some multiple income streams. Now, I know from 18 to 88, everyone says they need more money. We understand that. So now let's talk today about some of those ways that you can make extra money. Some of them from the comfort of your own home, and some of those don't take any kind of experience. So let's jump into it today. I think this could be eye-opening because I think it could help all of us out to realize that we need to make extra money right now. Sadly, where we once made enough money on one income to take care of a family, that's not the case anymore in America. So let's talk about 5 ways that we can make multiple streams of income, any budget, for any person at any age. Let's jump into it. Today's video starts right now.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away?
Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so much for being here today. This is a little bit different video because we're going to talk about making some multiple streams of income. And I think everyone wants to make more money. We understand that. I want to. Actually, I have a full-time job. We also do a lot with our farm, and then of course we talk on YouTube. So we try to find other ways to make money as well as a family so we can do the things that we need to do or buy the things that we need to buy, and of course stay out of debt. Right now our economy is struggling, so therefore it's putting more strain on the lower and middle class. Also, you can't really borrow money right now. We're seeing more rejections to auto loans. We're also seeing higher interest of buying a house or buying a car or anything that you're purchasing. The interest rates are up right now. Well, inflation is still high too. So therefore, we have to face this head on. So instead of waiting for government to take care of us, or instead of waiting for it to come down, let's grab the bull by the horns and let's try to figure out ways that we can make more money. Maybe simply $100 a week. Maybe $100 a day. Number 1 is start a business. Now, I'm not saying invest in brick and mortar and build this business. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about starting an Etsy business or a Shopify business. Both of those you can start for literally free. And all it takes is you selling something online. You could use your phone. You can start a little store. Maybe you can sell soap like Misty makes. Misty makes soap and she sells it. Maybe it's salves. Maybe you sew and you can make little afghans or little aprons or purses. There's so many things that you can do that are hobbies to you right now that you can find ways to market and sell on Etsy or Shopify. Shopify and Etsy are very easy to set up. A lot of people have this. And don't get me wrong, because they're helping you, they're going to make a cut of the profit. So maybe you're selling soap for $5 or $6. Maybe you go up to $7. They make some, you make some, and it makes it very easy where you're not going in piles of debt to start a business. So starting a business, not in the sense of traditional bricks and mortar, go to the bank and borrow money. I'm not talking about that. Shopify and Etsy. Look online on ways that you can start a store. Go watch Misty's soaping video. There's been tons of people watch Misty's soaping video, learn how to make soap, and they're selling it right now on Facebook. They're selling on Etsy. And they're selling on Shopify. Very, very easy. This is an easy way to start a business and start selling stuff. And all you have to do is literally just ship it out of your home to whomever is purchasing. All the money, everything is handled through those apps such as Etsy and Shopify. Check them out. I really think that would be a good option for a lot of people. Number 2 is sitting. Now, what do I mean by sitting? Say, for instance, you can be used as an elder care sitter, where you go and you sit with someone who needs just maybe not everyday care, but someone who's not in a nursing home, but just needs a companion, someone who helps them fix food, someone who just talks to them. You'd be surprised how many people are looking for elder care or senior care sitters. Now, I would say look at senior care sitters if you're an older individual and you don't want to deal with the hustle and bustle of children or animals. So this is all about sitting. You may be a senior care sitter. Say you can babysit still. People who babysit are making $10 to $20 to $30 an hour just to sit with children. Now, you need to be reputable and you need to have a resume and you need to make sure that you know the people that you may be babysitting for. Maybe reach out to your church or a community center. If you have a little flyer set up at a nursery, be reputable. This is a perfect option for middle-aged children who still have to work and they have no one to sit with their parents. This is a perfect option for younger parents who needs a babysitter. This is a perfect option for those young people who don't want to leave their dog at home or don't want to kennel them up, and you can keep them overnight, or you can keep them during the day when they're working. A dog walker, a babysitter, a senior care sitter, you can make a lot of money, and it does not take any education. It just takes someone with a caring heart and understanding what your jobs are, good resume. This is an easy way to make money. Number 3, this is one of the easiest ways, and I did this for a long time. You can become a Facebook marketplace or a flea market flipper. Now here's what I mean. You can go and buy stuff from people who just want to get rid of it. Say for instance, they're getting rid of a couch. Say for instance, they're getting rid of an older car. Say for instance, they're getting rid of a hot tub. Say for instance, they're getting rid of a treadmill. You'd be surprised how you can buy those by willing and dealing, maybe doing a little bartering and doing a little switch. Then you can turn around and maybe sell this when you have more time to sell. Maybe they're just trying to move and they want to get rid of it. They just want to take a little bit less than what it's truly worth. Well, you could come in, purchase it, put it back on Facebook Marketplace, or simply take it to a flea market, get a booth, and you're literally not paying hardly any money. Especially if you're on Facebook, it's free. We did this for years when it comes to flipping cars and flipping furniture. We did this, and I made a lot of money doing it. When I was younger, in my 20s, I was flat broke. So any little pennies that came in made me happy. So you need to do this. This is so easy to be a flea market or a Facebook market flipper. You think it's hard, but it's really not. I have a buddy that does this right now. He'll go to storage units, buy some of the stuff out of the storage units, turn around and separately sell it on Marketplace on Facebook and make a ton of money. So this is an easy way to pick up a few $100 extra a week. Number 4 is baked goods and cooking for individuals. Now, in Mississippi, we have what we call cottage laws for food. You can make up to about $25,000 here in Mississippi without having a food permit, because you can sell at flea markets and you can sell to the public under a certain dollar amount. So you need to find what that is for your state. But I know you know how to make casseroles. I know you know how to make bread. I know you know how to cook certain dishes. And in this mentality, when people think, I don't know how to cook anymore, I just want to go buy it from town, you can market yourself on some kind of marketplace, flea markets, local farmers markets. That's a big deal here in my area, and they sell hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of goods every month because someone don't want to make their own bread or someone doesn't want to make their own potato casserole. You can do that and market that right on Facebook or right in some kind of buyer's guide or some farmer's market. It's a great thing by making baked goods. Now, you need to find out the law. You don't need to sell something that you're not able to sell. But if you market that and you say, I have a pan of cinnamon rolls, this is something else. I'm telling you what we're doing. Misty, every November, December, if you look at our Facebook, we sell tons of cinnamon rolls. We may sell 100 pans around Thanksgiving and around Christmas. So it allows us to make extra money. Say we make $4 or $5 a pan off those cinnamon rolls. So now say I sell 100 at this time of year, 100 at this time of year, that's 500 here, 500 there. You get what I'm saying? People are always wanting to buy goods because they don't have time to make it. And if you can come in and make home-baked goods where they don't have to go to a big supermarket and buy some kind of random cake or random casserole that they don't know how it's going to taste, then you have a market. And baked goods is a good way to make money. And I think everyone can make a little food and sell it. So look at that option. Baked goods selling on marketplaces or at farmers markets. If you have a weekly farmers market, hit it up. You can make a lot of money. Number 5, this is going to be a pretty easy one. You become an answering service. Now, what do I mean by that? There is a lot of companies that have businesses that stop at 5. However, they have answering services after hours. So say, for instance, there's a vet clinic that uses an answering service. Say, for instance, there's some kind of CPA or law firm that has an after-hours calling service. Florists, they have after-hours calling services. There's a lot of businesses that do after-hours calling, and they pay big bucks to these national companies to answer their phones. Again, this is something that I have done in the past because it's an easy way to make money. All you do is you go talk to that business, say, hey, look, we want to answer your phones at night, take the messages for you. If it's something important, I'll page you, I'll beep you, I'll call you, I'll send you an email. But if it's not, then let me just answer those and I'll have a list of calls for you. This also rolls into some kind of executive assistant. Now, I'm not talking about going to work because you may already have a job. I'm not talking about being a professional in some job where you have to have some kind of degree. I'm talking about being some kind of virtual assistant. If you're not answering phones for them, you may take their emails after hours. You may go through and get the junk out for them and weed through their emails for them. You learn to help that person. Maybe there's someone that you know in your church or community that's always busy and you're like, hey, let me take a load off of you. Let me take your phones. Let me answer your calls for you. Let me help you with emails and then send them to you. It's not trying to get in their personal business, but you could take some things off some people as an assistant, and they'll usually pay you a few dollars an hour, and say you're doing it overnight. You take 3 calls and you may make 20 or 30 bucks to basically just have a phone available for you. So there's different ways you can make money, and over time, in a month, you'll make $300 or $400 and not really have to answer too many calls. It was the availability that you offered the person. So check with some people that you know that has businesses, maybe it stop at 5, but they have some kind of answering service, and go to them and say, look, I know you're paying an answering service after hours, some kind of emergency call number. Why don't you let me come in and do it for you? I can be more personable and I can do it for less money. So you have to learn to market yourself, and you're going to open up doors and make money by either answering their phones or being some kind of an assistant to them. You would be surprised how many people look for this. Again, trust me, I've done it. And actually, there's times I still do it. So therefore, I can still make money even after hours when someone else closes down. It's just the availability that I'm willing to have. Another thing, think about AC, plumbing, electrical. All those guys, they literally have a bricks and mortar shop that may close at 5, but they have an after hours call just in case something breaks at someone's house. Maybe you can be the answering service for them and say, look, let me take the weight of just the random calls and get those messages for you for the next day. Maybe it's appointments. But if it's something emergency wise, I can shoot you an email, shoot you a text message, and you can go out. You can market yourself to be an after hours call service or an after hours virtual assistant. And I promise you, you can make some good money and build a brand for helping a lot of folks. That is something that can explode and actually do really, really well for you to make extra income. Now, I know I've said this a little bit, but I literally have done every aspect of all these 5. Me and Misty in some way have done all these 5. And there's still some of these that we're still doing today. So when we talk about making multiple streams of income, it may be talking on YouTube. It may be writing a Substack. It may be doing something that's not one of these lists, but it takes you saying, okay, I'm going to take the opportunity to start a business with Etsy or Shopify, or do something like help another person by sitting with their elder loved one, or sitting with their baby, or sitting with their dog. You can make a lot of money doing these things. Don't say you can't do it. One thing about America and one thing about this day and time, as hard as it is to live in the culture that we're in, it's one of the easiest times to make money. Sometimes online, sometimes not online. Go sit at a farmer's market with some soap, some cinnamon rolls, and some bread, and you can make hundreds of dollars a week. We've done it and still do it to this day. Think of making elderberry syrup. Think of selling eggs. Think of selling some kind of sourdough starter. There's so many avenues where you can make some money. Help people meal plan and build meal plans for people. Help them build the meal plan and then say, okay, Thursday and Friday, I'll have these meals cooked. If you want to pick those up, that'll save you some time too, because you have baseball games, so you need us to cook for you. Bam, you've got some extra money rolling in, and you make schedules, and all of a sudden you're making money. And that's how you start getting out of debt. That's how you start saving money, and that's how you start living a more sustainable life in a tough time and a tough economy. So give me your thoughts. Do you think any of these could work for you? I promise you, I do these till this day. A lot of these me and Misty still do every month. So think about it. You can make some money, help your family out, and not have the stress of the economy weighing on your back. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this video. If you're new to the channel and you like this content, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up. It sure does help us. God bless y'all.